Sunday morning at Spa, rain and time for the third race of the weekend. Catching up with Formula One driver Stefan Johansson, who manages Felix Rosenqvist, the XF18, not keen on some of the driving habits that are creeping into the sport.
I think little by little it's crept in, you know, a few of the big stars in different generations. Sadly, I would have to say, you know, it kind of introduced it, and you know, then the young guys, they think that's how you should be, because these are the guys they look up to, you know, and that's sadly how it is, I think.
After his huge crash, Chicone with Carlin driver Gustavo Menezes will not take part in the final race of the weekend. The car far too badly damaged to be repaired.
There was quite a lot of damage to the car, both to the engine and to the tub, but the current tub is either retiring or for sure being fixed at Dallara. After the roll hoop broke, it sustained a lot of damage, but I'm glad I'm here and again ready to go for the next race.
Being at the front is always good in wet conditions. Jake Dennis starts on pole. That could be the perfect opportunity for him to win again. Mikkel Jensen on the outside of the front row this time. Two good starting positions in the two races. Marcus Pommer will be in third spot. Slippery conditions, good start from Jensen. Jake Dennis does not get away well. Marcus Pommer runs out very wide at La Source. Jake Dennis much tighter on the inside, hangs on at least to second place. More trouble at the hairpin. Almost everybody starts on slicks, but some drivers are on wet weather tyres, and you can see the problems on the circuit. It's fairly dry on the start-finish line, but soaking up the straight. Mikkel Jensen runs out wide, but comes right back on in front of Jake Dennis. After finishing on the podium for the first time yesterday, Sesi Kamara in trouble. Boccolacci collects him. Fortunately, they both escape without drama. Safety car back out and restart with Mikkel Jensen leading from Jake Dennis. Again, showing just how slippery it is trying to chase the throttle through the bus stop. Nabil Jeffrey finding an extra wet patch, running out of grip on his slicks. And he's not the only one. Upper Les Combes, Jensen is in the wall. Jake Dennis somehow manages to keep a snaking car under control. Jensen, a little bit of contact perhaps between them, ends up backwards in the tyre barrier. Just have been chasing the throttle too hard in those slick conditions. Either is entirely possible. Looks like there was no contact. And Jensen showing just how slippery everything is at Spa when it rains. Well, on her wet weather tyres, Tatiana Calderon's chance to shine comes soon. She grabs the lead from Jake Dennis. Marcus Pommer is third. Charles Leclerc once more up with the leaders. Up the Kemmel Straight, the wet tyres are of no advantage. The slipstream is, though. Jake Dennis uses it. Little gesture to Tatiana to follow him, I think. Let's get away from these guys, not battle each other, but her wet weather tyres allow her to brake later and deeper, and she retakes the lead. Leclerc is up to third. Trouble further back as Matt Rao misses his braking point, goes right over the top of Schiller. Track is starting to dry. Jake Dennis now retaking the lead from Tatiana Calderon. Now she is starting to struggle as her wets go off and the slicks are the tyre to have. Charles Leclerc gets through on the inside. Marcus Pommer, not so much. Tatiana finds a nice wet patch to brake on and hangs on to third. But it is merely staying the inevitable. Calderon has dived for the pits. Pommer and Rosenqvist now battling. Pommer hits Rosenqvist, knocks him into a spin, That'll get him excluded from the race. And after one race was red flagged and one called off entirely at Monza because of poor driving, doesn't seem to have been much learned. Jake Dennis pulling away from Charles Leclerc. Antonio Giovinazzi now up to third. Black and orange flag for Marcus Pommer in the pit lane, rather, as he is black flagged out of the race. But then the black and orange flag shown to Giovinazzi. He has a loose front wing. That means he is going to have to come into the pits before what's left of his front wing departs and hits somebody else's car. Checkered flag finally comes out and Jake Dennis claims victory. Charles Leclerc in second place. And George Russell takes third for Carlin.
Yeah, I'm extremely happy to get my first, my second win of this round and my fourth in the championship. Anyway, I mean, he's fourth in the championship or third now, I don't know, but he's behind, and the main point for us was to extend the lead, and that's what we did. I'm really happy.
Yeah, we had to stay patient because it was when there's only one dry line, when you're out of it, then you have no grip and you go off. So I stayed patient and I picked the right moments to do my overtakes, and it paid off.
So Jake Dennis wins the final race of the weekend. Much less drama in that one than in race 2, but still somebody needs to speak to the young gentleman of Formula 3 before they head to the Norris Ring next time out.